welcome to Live in the Pub. We are here live in the pub.
Live in the
What
pub.
an original name. My name is Susan O'Rourke, and I'm sitting across from Zig Zeitler. There is plenty of room in the pub for you today. If you need to go and settle into a spot, grab a friend, call a friend, let them know Live in the Pub is happening right now. And we're going to be sharing a lot of great music. How you doing, Zig?
Yeah, we got a lot of good stuff going on today. I think you're going to enjoy it, so you're going to want to stick around.
Okay, let me see. Today, we're going to be listening to our friends from Indiana. And one of the folks in particular, Nolan Ladusky, I believe the gentleman's name is. We've had them here in Saginaw before. As a matter of fact, we might have played some of their music on Live in the Pub prior. I can't remember, but I know that we had them at the Crow. Nolan Ladusky is the nephew of John Kennedy from Kennedy's Kitchen, I believe. And they did this project with Nolan Ladusky and Sean Hoffman. I believe even John Kennedy has a little bit of guitar work on these recordings as well. But the CD in particular that I'm talking about is called The Steps to Home. And it was recorded, let me see, I think it was recorded actually in cuts of it in the kitchen of John Kennedy. I might be wrong, but I think that's what it was. And it was actually funded by grants through the Indiana Arts Commission, the project. And it's got a lot of great pieces on here.
Cool. And I think you're really going to enjoy this.
Yeah, we're going to do a couple of sets of tunes starting right out. The first set is Crack the Walnut and Roger the Shrubber. And it is described as a fun set of reels that were first written by Sean while at sea. At sea. I don't know when he was at sea, but maybe that reel just means one of the Great Lakes. Or maybe he was really at sea. Okay, the second one was written by Nolan in the back of a van on an overnight trip to Washington, D.C.
Oh, wow.
Kind of close to the sea. The second group of tunes is called Stitch the Cat and the Slacker. I love their titles. Their titles are phenomenal. And this is a set of jigs by Nolan. The first tune is named for a close encounter between the Ladusky's kitten and a neighbor's dog. And the second tune is Nolan's very first composition. So what you're going to hear is a lot of really great contemporary pieces that are written in a very traditional style. So let's hear a couple of these sets of tunes by Sean Hoffman and Nolan Ladusky. Yeah, they're all great pieces,
Yeah.
and they're all, like I said, these are all original pieces, and I think that's kind of amazing. It has that absolute taste of tradition.
Yeah, I love the
To-
titles too.
Yeah, I do too.
They're really
You know,
fun.
the next kind of I want to share with you off of this particular CD is a set of traditional tunes, and they learned these tunes off of the Martin Hayes CD, Under the Moon. We have that CD, and we love Martin Hayes. I mean,
Oh,
we're
we
big fans of
absolutely
Martin Hayes.
do.
But these particular two tunes, they learned from Martin Hayes playing, and I think you'll enjoy the take that they put on it. It's actually a set of barn dances. I love barn dances. I think they're charming and lilting, and they have a really different feel from other Irish pieces. But they've added a real, I don't know, a real endearing twist, I think, to the arrangements of these pieces. And let me see, what's the name of the tunes? The tunes I think are called Bill O'Malley's and Killanoma Barn Dance. You were listening to Live in the Pub, and that was Sean Hoffman, Nolan Ladusky, and John Kennedy Jr. All three, I believe, reside in Indiana, and this is a perfect example, I think, of how great our regional musicians really are.
Oh, yeah.
I think folks are always looking to, I don't know, really far distant lands to find really great players, but we have some really astounding players.
Fantastic players.
Right in this region, and they're great guys too. So that was fabulous. I love barn dances.
Yeah.
I'd love
fun
to
stuff.
see like a wedding, a father and daughter dance to that one. That's just
That'd be interesting.
sweet and lovely.
Yeah.
So now that I'm speaking of sweet and lovely, the Murphy Beds. I mean, really. Do you remember their show here in Saginaw
yes,
at the
I do.
Crow?
Yeah.
It was a couple of months back, and
Great
they
show.
are an astounding duo. Bouzouki and guitar, and really wonderful, wonderful harmonies. They pull from old traditional Irish pieces. They pull from Appalachian tunes that have Irish roots. I'm sure they have a lot of old English ballads in their repertoire, but they are really great players, great singers, and a really delightful evening of live music if you have the opportunity to ever see them. Eamon O'Leary is Irish-born, and let me see here. They reside in the New York City area. That's where they're out of now. And Jefferson Hamer is also American. And he plays with a lot of other musicians, not just Irish music, but he's pretty strong in folk music circles as well. So we're going to listen to a little bit off of their, let me see, the name, it's just called The Murphy Beds, the Murphy Beds CD. Eamon O'Leary, Jefferson Hamer, and the first tune or song we're going to listen to is Rise Up My Darling, and it'll be followed by Bonnie George Campbell.
Let's hear it.
Rise up, my darling, if you are within. Open the door and let me come in. I have drink for your mother to make her heart gay, and I hope she'll not deny me her daughter this day. When I rise in the morning, I look far away, and I look to the town where my love she does stay. The tears fall from me like two streams of rain, and with sighs and sad longing in grief I remain. In the green wooded glen I sit weary and sad. From Sunday to Sunday the time I do pass. My eyes on the high road that keeps us apart, and with no one in the wide world to comfort my heart. again to the same branch always. Not so for the likes of my true love and me. It's far from one another we rise every day. High upon highlands and low upon Tay, Bonnie George Campbell went out on a day. Saddled and bridled, so gallant rode he. Home came his good horse, but never came he. Home came his good horse, but never came he. Saddled and bridled and booted rode he, with a plume in his helmet and a sword by his knee. Home came his saddle, all bloody to see. Home came his good horse, but never came he. Home came his good horse, but never came he. Down came his mother with her heart full of care, and down came his lovely bride, tearing her hair. The meadow lies green, and the corn is unshorn. The house is unfinished, and the baby's unborn. The house is unfinished, and the baby's unborn. High upon highlands and low upon Tay, Bonnie George Campbell went out on a day. Saddled and bridled, so gallant rode he. Home came his good horse, but never came he. Home came his good horse, but never came he.
Very nice.
Murphy Beds, it's Eamon O'Leary, Jefferson Hamer, both based out of the New York City region right now. Eamon, Irish-born, and Jefferson Hamer, an American. And we're going to listen to another cut off of this CD. This is actually an old traditional piece. It's a song that was originally all in Gaelic. It's been translated into English, and it's called Donald All.
Oh, are you going across the water? Take me with you to be your partner. At fair or market, you'll be well looked after, and you will sleep with the Greek king's daughter. Oh, don't alone, you'll not find me lazy, not like some high-born, expensive lady. I'll do your milking and nurse your baby, and if set upon, I'll defend you bravely. If you come calling, come when stars are peeping, come knock on the door that makes no creaking. My mother will ask you to name your people. Tell her you're a sigh of the night wind weeping. The first kiss came, and from no craven. The second came atop the stairway. The third kiss came as down you laid me. Were it not for that, I'd be still a maiden. You said you'd meet me, but you were lying behind the sheepfold as day was dying. I whistled once, then I started hailing, but all I heard was the young lambs wailing. Now the last time I saw you was a Sunday evening. It was at the altar that I was kneeling. It was on Christ's Passion that I was reading, but my mind was on you and my own heart bleeding. For you took what's before me and what's behind me, to east and west when you would not mind me. The sun I am not mistaken.
Well, hello, Susan. Hi, Zig. It's your old buddy Liam, the extra large leprechaun. You've heard the term, it's been a month of Sundays. Well, hey, it's been a month of Tuesdays since I've been able to do Liam's picks here on Live in the Pub. And thank you, Susan and Zig, for covering for me. It's been a crazy, crazy spring. But now it's time to talk about some of the other stuff coming up. Of course, it's Tuesday. So you know that every Tuesday we've got, of course, our show, and then tonight at 7 p.m. up in Bay City, music sessions at Hennessy's Irish Pub and Restaurant. It's only the first Tuesday of every month, and that's tonight. Not a lot going on except this Friday, May 6th, a great group that we've been promoting a lot here on Live in the Pub, Nessa, is doing another CD release party with some new music at a new music venue I'm really excited to check out, the Stone Chalet Bed and Breakfast in Ann Arbor. They also have a beautiful music event stage right next door, apparently, or real close by. Just go to stonechalet.com or Nessa's page to get complete information. Again, that's 7:30 p.m. this Friday in Ann Arbor. Other than our regular sessions coming up, of course, Sunday is Mother's Day. You might want to take in a session while you're at it. At Grand Rapids, we've got the traditional Irish music session at the Waldron, and in Ann Arbor, always at Connors O'Neill. So you might want to consider taking Mom out for dinner and then listening to some great Irish music at one of the many sessions. I'm going to jump ahead a little bit because we've got some things coming up that you should know about and maybe buy tickets in advance. Saturday, May 14th, our friends at the Friends of Celtic Culture up in Bay City have returning one of the best acts they bring up there, always fills the house. The Young Dubliners are returning on Saturday the 14th at 7 p.m. at the State Theater. Check that out because that's a great, great show always. And I want to tell you a little bit about May 15th, Sunday. That's why I said Sunday. In Detroit, it's the 39th annual St. Patrick's Irish Festival at the St. Patrick's Senior Center at 58 Parsons Street, downtown Detroit. That's between Woodward and Cass, block north of Mac. They got one of the lowest entry prices of any festival you're going to go. There's great Detroit bands on 3 different stages. There's kids' rides and games outdoors. New this year is a Michigan Cornhole Tournament. How can you go wrong? It's going to be a fabulous festival, and I'm looking forward to it. You may even catch a giant leprechaun if I stay healthy and everything goes well. I will be down there again for my 4th year in a row to the St. Patrick's Irish Festival at the St. Patrick's Senior Center in Detroit on the 15th. So, other than that, it's all our regular stuff. You can check this and everything else out at miirish.com. We have a calendar up there with all these events listed and more. If I missed them, check the calendar often because we're always adding stuff. And once again, thank you for having me, and stay Irish, my friends.
I'll do my best, Liam, to stay as Irish as I can. Liam has asked us to share a song with our listeners today. This is actually a song written by someone who's not a musician at all. His name is Sean Shinners, and Sean is originally from Limerick, Ireland.
Yeah.
And he spent a lot of years in Grand Rapids, so he's a good friend of Liam's, of course, because anybody Irish is a great friend of Liam. But anyway, when Sean went back and moved back to Limerick, he had contacted Bill and said that when he first moved back, he would often hear helicopters at night, and then the next day he would see flowers on these bridges in town. And it turned out that Limerick actually has the highest teen suicide rate of any place in Europe.
That's amazing.
It is. It's really disconcerting and very unsettling.
Awful, yeah.
And it moved him to the point where he would see these flowers on the bridges on a regular basis. And apparently that seems to be the choice of demise for these troubled kids in Limerick. And what happens is the helicopters come out at night and then search, trying to find bodies, as awful as that is. And this song he actually wrote about that, and it's a fundraiser. You can find it on bandcamp.com. It's called Flowers on the Bridge by Sean Shinners. And I'll post a link too on our Live on the Pub Facebook page, and I'm certain that Liam has a link to it too, so you can go and download it as a benefit to help pay for the patrols that go out every night to make sure that no one's out there on the bridges in Limerick.
Right.
And so we're going to share that song with you right now, and then we'll be right back.
Politicians and bankers and men of power look down on her from ivory tower. She was no more, but always less, a pawn within in their game of chess. But the flowers are on the bridge again, no more a case of if but when. Flowers are on the bridge again, when will it ever end? The bills pile up and the phone it rings. The bailiffs come, they pay her things. Water rates she could not pay. The children would not eat today. But the flowers are on the bridge again, no more a case of if but when. Flowers are on the bridge again, when will it ever end? Alone at night in silent tears, desperation tells her no one cares. The children found her empty bed, the choppers fly overhead. What can we do? What can we say? They laid her in the ground today. Apathy ruled from those on high. How many more of us must die? No more flowers on the bridge again, no more now and no more when. No more flowers on the bridge again, help us make it end.
That was Flowers on the Bridge by Sean Shinner, and you can find that link on our Facebook page at Live in the Pub or on miirish.com. We're going to listen to a cut now from very popular band in the state of Michigan called Blackthorn.
All right.
And then we're going to follow it up with a tune from the Prodigals.
There's shade from the sun, there's warmth in the cold, relief from your sorrow, there's someone to hold. It's the ship in the bottle when I'm growing old, sailing to whiskey asylum. If I once had a dream and I let it slip by, the anodyne cream takes the tears from your eye. Whatever may haunt me, the riders pass by when I'm snug in my whiskey asylum. And under Ben Bulbin on top of the heap, on the path in between where I started to creep, the road of the righteous was thorny and steep, and I sank to the ground and I drifted to sleep. Where there's shade from the sun, there's warmth in the cold, relief from your sorrow, there's someone to hold. It's the ship in the bottle when I'm growing old, sailing to whiskey asylum. As you pass, do you just hurry by? Do you kindly stoop down with that look in your eye? Do you know that it's you just as much as it's I that's a dream in this whiskey asylum? But I wish you could hear, and I wish I could say, the thought that still runs through my head on this day is a love that has vanished, just hidden away. Could I fall to my knee, could I search, could I pray? Where there's shade from the sun, there's warmth in the cold, relief from your sorrow, there's someone to hold. It's the ship in the bottle when I'm growing old, sailing to Whiskey Asylum. Oh, there's shade from the sun, there's warmth in the cold, relief from your sorrow, there's someone to hold. It's the ship in the bottle when I'm growing old, sailing to Whiskey Asylum. It's the hope in the bottle when I'm growing old, dreaming in Whiskey Asylum.
That was Prodigals that we just listened to, Whiskey Asylum, and prior to that was Blackthorn. Both bands have been guests at the Great Lakes Gathering.
Yes, they have.
Which is coming up. You think August is far away, but it's not. So time to start planning.
Sooner than you think.
August 27th, the First Merit Bank Event Park right across the street from Dow. All day. Music and Irish cultural workshops, music workshops, Irish language workshops, food, vendors, merriment.
Everything Irish.
Yeah, and you
Irish.
can get that information too on our Live on the Pub Facebook page, or go to thegreatlakesgathering.com or the Great Lakes Gathering Facebook page. Everybody's got a Facebook page.
I know.
Well, we got to kind of wrap it up now, so we hope that we're going to be seeing you in short order. That means next Tuesday, and we certainly hope that you bring some friends along with you. If you're enjoying the pub show, please log in and let us know what you like, what you might want us to change, and we'll give you a very serious listen. So until next week, stay well and safe home.
And we're going to finish with another Prodigal song, and we'll see you soon.
You dance like a drum, but you sing like you're sober. You pulled the last pint when the party was over, and when you're alone and you lie in your bed, the rain on the roof is the dance of the dead. And the boys from the Bronx and Belturbet, Bundoran and Brighton and Bray, they're all shouting and brawling, routing a reflection, a kiss or a sigh, to forget or recall the old days long gone by. And up in the morning, after the evening, the wordless goodbye and the silently leaving, you turn on your side and the dream in the bed was a far distant cry from the one in your head. And you dance like a drum, but you sing like you're sober. You pull the last pint when the party was over, when you're alone and you lie in your bed, the rain on the roof is the dance of the dead. Chimeras and fantasies merging together, and thoughts of a life of a far different feather. They brought us to where we are now that we're here. Is it better or worse than we hoped and we feared? Pioneers, drunkards, pilgrims and rovers, bridges of bone and of gold to cross over. The beckoning bar with its circle of light, and the voice and the laugh that ring out in the night. And you dance like a drunk, but you sing like you're sober. You pull the last pint when the party was over. And when you're alone and you lie in your bed, the rain on the roof is the dance of the dead. You dance like a drunk, but you sing like you're sober. You pull the last pint when the party was over. And when you're alone and you lie in your bed, the rain on the roof is the dance of the dead. And you dance like a drunk, but you sing like you're sober. You pull the last pint when the party was over. When you're alone and you lie in your bed, the rain on the roof is the dance of the dead. And the rain on the roof is the dance of the dead.